Greetings everybody. Let's have a very quick look at USD CHF, and we are on the monthly chart as you guys can see. And in regards to the monthly chart of USD CHF, we can see that the first thing in regards to this particular chart is that we had this inverted head and shoulders pattern, as you guys can see, which has a neckline more or less at that point. And you guys know by now that when it comes to inverted head and shoulders patterns, ideally we would love to see price breaking to the upside of that neckline, coming down to that neckline to test it, and at that neckline is where we would look for potential buying opportunities. So you guys can see that price came back to the neckline to test it, and at this point is where we should have looked for potential buying opportunities, right? So I'm just going to add a neckline to that neckline of that inverted head and shoulders pattern. Just bear with me guys while I do so. So we can see that that's the neckline of, as I said, that inverted head and shoulders pattern. And then from here, what I'm going to do is head down to the weekly chart, and here we are on the weekly chart. And on the weekly chart we can see also that price had created what seems to be an M formation, with this side being the first leg of that M pattern and this side being the second leg of that M pattern, as you guys can see, right? So what I'm gonna do is just mark the double top. Just bear with me guys while I do so. There we go. So we can say that that's the double top, as you guys can see. And then the next thing that I'm going to do is to head down to the daily chart. Just bear with me guys, and here we are on the daily chart. Let's see, so what do we see guys on the daily chart that we should be paying attention to? On the daily chart, the first thing that I'm going to do is to add my daily channel. So just bear with me guys while I add my daily channel. Let's see, I would add my daily channel in this manner, more or less. Let's see. Here we go. And we could say that more or less this is our daily channel. There we go, right? So what else do we see guys in regards to the daily channel? So guys, remember on the weekly chart we spoke about how we have this huge M structure, right, creating a double top at that point. So as much as we have that pattern, just also bear in mind that we have this smaller W structure, or rather M structure, which has a neckline more or less at that point. And you guys know by now that when it comes to M structures, ideally we would love to see price breaking to the bottom side of that neckline, coming back to that neckline to test it, and at that neckline is where we would look for potential selling opportunities. So similarly, I'm just going to add a neckline to that structure. Just bear with me guys while I do so. We could say that more or less this is the neckline of our M structure, and ideally what we would love to see happen next is for price to head back to the neckline to test it, and should it do so from where it is, at this point is where we would look for potential selling opportunities, right? And where would our take profit be? In my humble opinion, the first take profit should be this level over here, and that is because this level over here is a very strong level of support, as you guys can see, and the second take profit level should be this level over here. Why do I say this level? That is because this level over here is a very strong level of support as well. And to add to that, we also have this candlestick over here. Let me just zoom in a bit, just bear with me guys. As I said, we also have this candlestick over here. It is a bearish candlestick with a small body and quite a long lower wick, and it tells us that at the bottom where that wick ends, we have a lot of liquidity at that point, which needs to be triggered by the market at one point or another. And as you guys know by now, liquidity is money that needs to be grabbed by the market, right? So as I said, guys, we have a lot of money sitting at this point which needs to be triggered by the market. Anyway, let's proceed. So what else do we see, guys, in regards to this particular chart of USD CHF? Another thing that I see that is also very much important is the fact that price, if you look closely, has closed below this trend line over here, as you guys can see, which in my opinion indicates that the market is preparing to push further down to at least this level and then this level over here, right? I hope what I'm saying makes sense. Anyway, from here what I'm gonna do is head down to the H4 chart. So just bear with me, guys, as I head down to the H4 chart. And on the H4 chart, I'm just gonna fix my channel. Just bear with me, guys. Let's have a look. There we go, more or less, and there we go, right? So what else do we see, guys, in regards to the H4 chart of USD CHF? Remember, guys, on the daily chart we spoke about how we have this M structure over here which has a neckline at that point, right? And we had said that the neckline, or rather the channel, has been broken to the downside. And at this point in time, what I expect to happen next really is for the market to head back to the trend line to test it, and at the trend line more or less is where we should be looking for potential selling opportunities, right? And as I said, our first take profit should be this zone over here, and our next take profit should be the zone over here, right? So that is it really in as far as my analysis goes of USD CHF. As I said, guys, we should be looking for potential selling opportunities at this point in time. At this point in time, however, I don't see any buying or selling decisions. However, should price from where it is revert to this level, at this level more or less is where we should be looking for potential selling opportunities, right? I hope my analysis makes sense. If you like the content, just remember to like it and like the channel, or rather subscribe to the channel as well, and peace out.